Welcome to the Make More Money as a Dietitian podcast, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and marketing so your nutrition business can thrive and you can make a bigger impact in the marketplace. I am your host, Christine Diane, registered dietitian and money mindset expert. Let's get started with today's episode. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. Sometimes I wonder when I say that, make more money as a dietitian. Do you guys really believe me? Do you really believe in your heart of hearts that you can make more money than you're currently making as a dietitian? I hope so. And I hope that this podcast in its entirety has helped to shift some perspective for you in regards to what your earning potential is in this career that you've chosen for yourself. Because I firmly believe that the sky is the limit. And I also know through my own personal and professional experience that we can get caught up. We can get caught up in our own thoughts about what we really think is true for ourselves. I do the same thing sometimes, and I have to pull myself back. I have to rein myself in. And it can feel so overwhelming at times. And it can feel so disheartening sometimes. And this episode is really just all about me keeping it real with you. Today's episode is about the overwhelm, the frustration, and all of the things in between that you may be experiencing when it comes to online marketing. You may be feeling what I call online marketing fatigue, where you're just tired. You're tired of doing all of the things. You're tired of maybe investing in all of the programs, all of the coaches, the masterminds. Maybe you are just tired of feeling like you're constantly being sold to. And that becomes a burden on your mind as well. And so let's talk about it today, because even though I feel like I just sort of kind of coined this message, or this term, I should say, of online marketing fatigue, I really do believe it's a real thing. I totally believe that it's a real thing. Because there's just so many of us experiencing it, right? I mean, it really is truly fatigue. And we know that fatigue is a real thing, and it's just fatigue related to online marketing. And at the same time, I want to shift your perspective on this, because we are feeling this fatigue because of the way we're thinking about it. Listen, you guys, when it comes to our brains, and if you've been listening to me for a while, you already know that I'm not here to just blow smoke up your behind, but I'm really here to that was just not a good visual I had in my mind at that moment. I'm really here to give you the facts and the science behind this mindset stuff. Okay? Like, I'm not here for the fluff and the surface level stuff. I go deep, and then I try to bring it back to you so that it is fairly easy to understand. But I like to, oftentimes give you the reason behind why you're feeling or thinking a certain way to help shift your perspective. So this is the thing. Fatigue is real. Fatigue is real. But fatigue is a feeling. Fatigue is an emotion that we feel. And you don't generate emotions until you actually have a thought about a certain circumstance. So let's say that the circumstance is online marketing, and you have this immediate thought of it. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm just so sick of being sold to. over and over again. I'm so tired of it. Or maybe your thought is, I've bought all of the things and hired coaches and nothing is working. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm overwhelmed. I'm fatigued from it all. So while fatigue is a real thing, I want you to take a look at your thinking around online marketing. What are you thinking about it? What are your thoughts in regards to it? I see a lot of conversations in dietitian Facebook groups about how they're just really tired of being sold to. And that is okay. And that is a true experience for those individuals. And rightfully so. I mean, I feel like people have so much access to us as we have access to others, right? So it is just this really big pool of just constantly being distracted through DMs, instant messages, text messages, Voxers, Slacks. Can I go on? I'm sure you get my drift on this. Like email even. I know for myself, email has been a tremendous thing for me lately, where I'm constantly being bombarded with emails about people who want to be on my podcast, or they want me to be on theirs, or they want me to speak at something or another. It has just been a lot lately. And yes, I'm overwhelmed by it all. But instead of staying in the overwhelm, I took action to create a solution for it, realizing that I can't manage it all by myself. So this is what I want to invite you to think about. If you're feeling overwhelmed with online marketing, because online marketing is just a circumstance, it's neutral until you give it a meaning. And so if you're having a feeling around online in regards to online marketing, and it's giving you a feeling that you don't want to have, I want you to solve the problem. Look for the solution to your overwhelm instead of, instead of blaming the problem on the circumstance, which actually is neutral. And I can prove to you that online marketing is neutral because not everyone feels the same way about it. Believe it or not, there are lots of people out there that are thriving and feeling really grateful for the ability to have online marketing as something a part of their business, where they don't have to go out and network and meet people in person and shake hands with someone in person. Or if you're a health practitioner, and you should be, if you're listening to this podcast, you don't have to go to doctors' offices and do lunch and learns and all of these things, where you can actually, from the ease of whether you have a home office or you have a physical office, you can still do things virtually. So not everyone is feeling overwhelmed by online marketing. Not everyone feels frustrated by being sold to. They may have a feeling that, wow, they thought of me for this, or wow, that's an amazing product or service. Let me look into it. So remember, your circumstance, and in this case, online marketing, is neutral. It is nothing until you make it mean something. So if it feels overwhelming to you, then I want you to solve that problem. Create a solution for the overwhelm. Not online marketing, because remember, it is neutral, but create a solution for the overwhelm that you feel. Okay. Also, I want to share something with you that I shared in regards to this topic within a dietitian Facebook group recently. And it's really about online marketing fatigue and the fact that sometimes we think that we should get everything we need from one thing. So I just want to address this because I also see a lot of talk about people being frustrated and disgruntled or just rightfully pissed off because they invested in something and it didn't work out in the way that they thought it should. And so I just want to say to you that if that is you, take this in, okay, and receive it with your heart. I want you to know that you're not going to get everything that you need to advance your RD career from one coach, from one program that you may invest in, from one course that you may enroll in, or one membership community that you may become a part of. You're not going to get everything from that one thing. The one coach doesn't know everything. He or she is not capable to give you everything that you need to advance your RD career. That one program or that one course, it can't hold all of the content that's necessary for you to advance your RD career all in one fell swoop. And that one membership community, it can't provide you everything that you need within that single community all by itself. The fact of the matter is that you are going to need to make investments in yourself and your career over and over and over again. It's just like you would need to get those 75 CEUs every 5 years. You have to do that over and over again to maintain your credential. So I know that so many of us, myself included sometimes, are experiencing the online marketing fatigue. There's just a lot of information out there. So many people are throwing things our way. And it's really hard to stay focused, and it's hard to keep up with all of the changes. And you may be listening to me and you may have not had a great experience with investing in your career up to this point. Maybe you hired a coach and it didn't work out. Maybe you purchased a program and it just wasn't all that. Maybe you enrolled in a mastermind and that wasn't all that either. But then there are some of you who are listening today that did all of those things and you had incredible experiences. And I just want to say that both sides of the coin are valid. But it is really important to note that we have to check our expectations of this one thing that we invest in. What are your expectations? Are you putting all of your expectations on that one coach that is just another human like you? Are you putting all of your expectation on that person or that course or that mastermind or that membership? Even if they glorify the results that you're supposed to get. Are you using your wisdom enough? Are you using your discernment enough? And I also want you to think about this. Investing in these one things, when you invest in the one coach, course, program, membership, it's not going to be very likely that you're going to get to six figures in 90 days or even 6 months, especially if you're just starting at zero. So that's where you have to use your wisdom and your discernment. Now, that investment, though, should take you further than you were when you started or before you hired that person, before you enrolled in the program or the course or the membership. You should have learned something. You should have a big takeaway that you can take with you to the next investment. It is important for us to be open to investing in ourselves. It is important that when we do make these investments, that we are very, very convicted to get something out of it, to not leave it on the person or the program or the membership. Take your own personal responsibility. Get what you are meant to get. You may not get what you came for because maybe you just didn't have the capacity to receive it yet. If you haven't made the income strides that you want to make yet, even after having invested in yourself, I want you to look within. Do you have the capacity to receive a six-figure income? And I'm not talking about your bank capacity and its ability to hold the money. I'm talking about you as an individual. Are you ready to receive that much money? Are you ready to believe that you deserve that much money? Because I know that a lot of us don't. A lot of dietitians don't believe that they deserve to earn that much. They really don't. And it's so interesting because I was having a conversation with my husband just the other day, and him being on the outside and just listening to me have these conversations with people, colleagues, and just all of the things that I talked to him about. And maybe he has heard me record some podcasts on certain topics. It was interesting to hear him say, just as an outsider, he said to me that it sounds like so many of us dietitians have been brainwashed. I hate to use that term, but that was the term that he used. That we've been brainwashed from the beginning to believe that we don't deserve to make a good living. And so if someone from the outside of our profession can see that clearly, come on, you guys, honestly, there has to be some validity to that. There's a lot of us that don't believe that we should make more money as dietitians. And so when people are constantly selling to us, so to speak, it feels overwhelming. We feel just fatigued from it all. It's like, would you please stop selling to me? Because on the inside, maybe there's a deeper belief that you don't deserve to even make more money, that you really should be a helper and not someone who should be receiving. But why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't you be a helper and receive compensation? And receive good compensation for what you do. You change lives. You extend lives. Preventative wellness. I mean, you guys, it's time. It's 2021, y'all. I can't believe that I have lived long enough to say it's 2021. I say that because I come from a history of family members who pass away early. I'm still here. We're all still here. If you're listening to this, you're still here. And you still have the ability, the capability to do great things. So once again, online marketing and the fatigue around it, it's definitely a real thing. No doubt. The fatigue around online marketing comes from how you're thinking about it. So I just want to invite you once again to create a solution for any of the overwhelm, for any of the feelings of fatigue or frustrations around online marketing. And for those of you who are willing to keep going, to keep learning, to keep advancing yourself and your career as a dietitian, you're going to be ahead of the game and you're going to be doing great things, because we are living in a time where things are constantly shifting and changing. And if we don't create solutions for the feelings that we have that don't feel good, we're going to get left behind. So that's what I have for you today. Don't get left behind. Don't get caught up either in your own mind drama. Create solutions for your mind drama and keep moving forward, because the world needs what dietitians have to offer. We are healers. We practice preventative health and wellness, and some of us who practice in functional nutrition are on the cutting edge of things. So keep going, my friend. Don't let online marketing fatigue stop you from advancing your career and helping more people and potentially saving more lives, honestly. That's what I have for you today. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you again on the next episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. Bye, friends. Hey, if you want to learn more about how you can make more money as a dietitian, I want you to check out my newest signature program, Embody Academy. All you have to do is head on over to moneymindsetdietitian.com/embody-academy. Again, that's moneymindsetdietitian.com/embody-academy, and click on the Learn More button and get signed up to join us today. I can't wait to see your name on the roster so that I can help you learn how to make more money as a dietitian.